This is Pulse of Africa, the face of Ethiopia, the voice of Africa. Hello viewers, I'm Berka Sisa. This is the Pulse of Africa. Our top stories for today. Ethiopia-Djibouti Railway increases capacity to boost trade. UN Security Council meeting highlights South Sudan's economic hurdles. DR Congo court issues arrest warrant for rebel leader Kony Nangaa. Russia removes heads of space agency Roscosmos. Now the news in detail. The Ethiopia-Djibouti Standard Gauge Railway is enhancing its capacity to carry export and import goods, according to the Chief Executive Officer Takele Uma. Ethiopia-Djibouti Standard Gauge Railway has expanded its reach, adding more locomotives and wagons and increasing its fleet from 8 to 21 locomotives. The expansion will improve efficiency, reduce logistic costs, and serve more areas, including Indode and Adama to Mojo, Dredawa, and Sabata freight yards. Our dedication to enhancing our freight yard operation and space means improved efficiency and reduced logistic costs, helping meet the nation's growing demand for transportation services, he said. In May 2024, Ethiopia and Djibouti took over the railway's management from the Chinese contractors after 6 successful years of operation. Executives at a virtual forum on Thursday argued for policy reforms to unlock Africa's coastal tourism potential. They emphasized the need for infrastructure investments such as roads, electricity, clean water, and sanitation. Coastal tourism in Africa is projected to reach 100 billion by 2013, creating 28 million jobs. Key issues include conserving marine ecosystems, improving visa processes, and enhancing critical services. Executives also called for the fast-tracking of open skies policy, harmonized travel, and better infrastructure. They stressed the importance of attracting investments and diversifying tourism products to boost growth and create jobs. Now to Chad. Chad's President Mohamed Idris Deby issued a decree on Thursday evening to form a new cabinet led by Prime Minister Alamaya Halina, who was appointed a day ago. The list of cabinet members was read out on national television and online platforms of Chad's presidency. The new cabinet consists of 37 members, including 5 ministers of state, 3 delegate ministers, and 8 secretariat of state. The cabinet was named after consultation with the new prime minister, the presidency said. Key government positions are held by Abdoulaye Sabre Fadul as foreign minister, Amina Persi Longo as Minister in charge of Women Affairs, and Isaka Malo Jamus as Minister for Armed Forces. Local media reported that the cabinet includes women and young men who joined the government for the first time. The head of United Nations mission in South Sudan, UNAMIS, informed that the Security Council that the ongoing conflict in Sudan is contributing to instability in South Sudan, exacerbating economic challenge and political uncertainty. Nicholas Haysom, the special representative of the Secretary General and head of UNAMIS, stated that the negative impacts of Sudan conflict are affecting South Sudan, evident in unrest in Juba and other areas following the reported killings of South Sudanese in Wad Madani. The unrest is occurring against a backdrop of a deepening economic crisis. He noted that the price of an average food basket has surged by 200%, inflation is at 107%, and nearly 10 months of government salaries remain unpaid. Economic instability has worsened due to interruptions in oil exports, a vital revenue source for South Sudan, due to the conflict in the Republic of Sudan, stated Charles Tagutai, interim chairperson of the reconstituted Joint Monitoring and Evaluation Commission.
Ethiopia is my blood, your story and our identity, ornamented by centuries of sacrifice. The story of resurgent Ethiopia and burgeoning Africa is here, only on the Pulse of Africa channel, all the time. Pulse of Africa, the face of Ethiopia, the voice of Africa.
To DR Congo. A military court in Democratic Republic of Congo has issued an international arrest warrant for the leader of the Congo River Alliance, which includes the M23 for war crimes and treason. State media reported that the warrant was issued against Kony Nangaa, for massacres it claimed he committed in Eastern Diocese North Kivu and more recently in South Kivu regions. The court has ordered Nanga to be arrested wherever he may be found and brought to Congolese territory. Violence erupted in Goma, a city of 2 million people in Eastern Diocese, 2 weeks ago when M23 fighters launched a major offensive against government forces. Shifting to Europe, Russia announced that the head of the country's space agency, Roscosmos, was removed from his post. A statement by the Kremlin said President Vladimir Putin signed an executive order on relieving Yuri Borisov as general director of Roscosmos. The statement didn't provide a reason for Borisov's removal from office. A separate statement said Putin signed an executive order replacing Borisov with Dmitry Baknov, who previously served as the deputy transport minister. U.S. Secretary of State Marco Rubio formally seized a second plane belonging to Venezuelan President Nicolás Maduro's government on behalf of the United States on Thursday. The relationship between Caracas and Washington has been marked by tensions for decades, and the plane seizure follows a similar stance in September when a Venezuelan aircraft was seized while in the Dominican Republic. Both aircraft were used by high-level Venezuelan officials throughout their travels. According to Edwin Lopez, the country attaché for U.S. Homeland Security investigation in Santo Domingo. The other aircraft was flown to Florida at the time of its seizure in September under the Biden administration. The plane seized on Thursday, a Dassault Falcon 200EX with a tail number YV3360, was under U.S. sanction, Lopez said. The aircraft has been held in Santo Domingo since April 2024. Rubio, in the Dominican Republic, on his first trip as a top U.S. diplomat, watched as a warrant was taped on the door of the aircraft. That's all what we have for today, and Buzayo is ready for the business news.
Hello viewers, I'm Buzayo Bogala with the latest business news. First, the headlines. Vedanta aims to raise $1 billion via debt to fund Zambian copper mines. United Arab Emirates to invest up to €50 billion in massive AI data center in France. Now the news in detail. Vedanta Resources is trying to raise around $1 billion in debt financing to fund development of its Konkola copper mines in Zambia. Chris Griffiths, head of the company's base metals unit, said. The Indian company, which owns 80% of Konkola copper mines, said last year it planned to sell at least 30% of its holding in copper mines. But Griffiths said selling a stake looked less likely. Vedanta, owned by Indian billionaire Anil Agarwal, is weighing various debt fundraising options, Griffiths said without specifying details. Now to United Arab Emirates to invest up to €50 billion in massive AI data center in France. The French presidency announced on Thursday that the United Arab Emirates will invest between 30 and €50 billion to construct Europe's largest artificial intelligence data center in France. The project, part of a broader artificial intelligence agreement between the two nations, which will serve at the core of a new AI campus. The center will be the core of a new AI campus and will have up to 1 gigawatt of capacity. It was a part of a larger AI agreement signed between French President Emmanuel Macron and his United Arab Emirates counterpart, Sheikh Mohammed bin Zayed Al Nahyan, in Paris on Thursday. That's all the news for today, and thank you for joining Pulse of Africa. Let me take you to the latest global commodity price news.
That's all from us today. Don't forget to check our website for updates on this and other stories. We thank you for joining us.
This is Pulse of Africa, the face of Ethiopia, the voice of Africa.